Ah, welcome back. Right, that's gonna be the goal of the stream this time. We're gonna see if we can actually get off the ground and maintain a reasonable, yeah, flight mobility. So, yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Just going to modify some of my audio settings, making it very difficult for me to talk. There's a lot of delay in the monitor. All right, give me a moment. Alright, now I have no monitor, so it's going to make it a little bit more challenging, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully it doesn't completely go to hell. I think I should have probably done a restart, but anyway, I think we're all good to go. Now, something else we should do is turn the screen on. Now, we've come back in. We've got no tools on us because we put the tools away, but we did make some better tools initially. Before we left. So we're gonna jump into our inventory here. We'll have a look and see if we can find them, and then we'll equip them. It's going to make our life a hell of a lot easier. Yeah. So now flight, we're going to be using these, but anyway, we're actually in here to shift our tools over and actually equip them. So yeah, we're like got much higher rate of tool usage. Yeah, we can dump those in there. Alright, now where we're at the moment, we're going to need a lot of cobalt to actually make this an achievable outcome. If we have a look at production for the large thrusters, which is what we're going to want to use to generate our downwards thrust, go to the production tab on our industrial assembler, pull up the blueprint, and it's not too bad. We only need 40 per one. Now, something I didn't check that I was going to, was the specs for the thrusters. So I'm going to quickly jump onto Google and do that. So that way we can see how many we need for the mass that we are running. So large atmospheric thrusters for a large grid have a maximum thrust of 6,480 kilonewtons. So compared to a large hydrogen thruster for a large grid, That's 7,200. So we're probably going to need 2 per million kilos to make sure that we have got a reasonable amount of headroom there. Because if we now, how many is that going to be at the moment? We'll just check our mass, and we're a little over 1 million kilos. So we're going to need, like, if we chuck 2 on for the mass that we have, even though we are probably not far off of empty at the moment, that container's full. That container is about a quarter. Yeah, about a quarter. So that's not a quarter of the mass, that's a quarter of the volume. That's something else to take into account. If we put something heavy in there, we're going to be having a bad time. But anyway, we'll go back to production and we'll chuck on 4 more atmospheric thrusters in this. Like, 4 more large ones. Actually, another thing that we need to take into account is if we go for too many of them, we are not going to be able to provide the power for it. We're going to need a amount of batteries. So that's going to bump our weight up significantly as well. Not sure how many batteries we're going to need. Power consumption is, for a large atmospheric thruster, 2.4 megawatts. So let's have a look at our battery. Each battery can provide 12 megawatts. So, and that's not counting all the other stuff on the station. So what we're going to have to do is make sure we've got plenty of headroom there and that the batteries are well charged before we attempt to fly. And they're going to deplete very quickly by the look of things. So, but yeah, I think that all of these goals are realistically achievable with atmospheric thrusters. If we can get stable flight going, we're probably going to need a couple more gyros as well. These use quite a bit of power. 10 kilowatts per. That's not too bad. But the thing is, if we are flying and we do lose power, we lose the gyros as well. So we lose complete control. And it is going to lead to a very bad time. But the risks are going to be worth it. The other thing that I have found very frustrating and time consuming is the amount of time that it takes to actually build these things. They're very big, they take up a lot of space, and they take up a lot of materials. But like, we'll try to do it economically, like as far as little walking backwards and forwards as possible. Chances are we're going to fail at that because I normally do. But we might go driving around a little bit, have a bit of a look, and see what we can find. We need to re-equip our landing gear, I think. Yes. So we go back into the G menu. All we did before was put it back on. Now, this landing gear thing is getting a bit tedious. But it is necessary. If we can fly, it means that we don't have to worry about accidentally locking it to the ground. It just seems to be an unfortunate arrangement, or an unfortunate coincidence that we have to have it as low down as we do to actually get it to engage. This is how we had it before when we had the smaller wheels. We didn't have this problem. So unlock that, bring the wheels up, and we'll keep heading in the same sort of direction that we were going, except we'll do it in the achievable direction. I think what we'll do is we'll put the thrusters a little bit. There's an unknown signal, it's not too far. Let's go have a look at that. There might be some space bucks in there, and it's probably got like better tools in it now that we've made some. Probably not better than what we've got. But yeah, it's relatively close, so we may as well take a short journey over there. We've only got one other player on the server again. This is a very quiet server. Oh, look, gold. Okay, we're going back. We're not going to bother with the unknown signal. We are going after the gold. Because we want those yield modules built. I think it might have been there, right next to that little ridge there. The yield modules will be definitely an essential thing when we get into space and we start going for uranium, and that is very deep underground. I think that is going to be very impractical to get. I think we're going to give that a miss. Our ore detector range is going to be lower because we did move it and didn't put it back up. So yeah, 98 meters underground. I think we're going to give that a miss. And I'm skeptical as to whether or not we're going to get over there in time. That's probably on the other side of that hill, which we are not going to be able to drive up in the condition that we're in at the moment. So I have no idea why we're stuck. No, we're stuck on a bump. This landing gear thing, as much as it's necessary, is freaking annoying. Oh well, no doubt it's going to end up getting smashed off again. So, bugger it. We'll leave it. Alright, no worries. Ah, slight distraction, but yeah, I definitely think that the way to go with this is to get ourselves flying, because it's going to, like, we still may put more wheels on here, just to make the mining process easier, like, because we are probably going to want more length. We got some cobalt underground over there. And we've also got some over here. Let's see how close it is to the surface. Too far. Needs to be less than, well, 20 meters or 30 meters because of the height of the detector. But the other thing as well, driving around like the other thing that we will need a lot of cobalt for is the hydrogen thrusters that we're going to need to be able to get off the planet, like to get to space. So yeah. Still a fair way off of that, but We try to keep that as being the goal in mind. Once we can get to space, the game is a lot easier. Like, at least from a start where we are now. We'll see how close we are to the surface with this. This one's looking like it might be a little better. And what am I stuck on now? That's looking like it's going to be a pretty good spot to go drilling. So just put the drills right over the marker. We'll drop our wheels down now. Go down as low as we can. Turn the park on. And we'll start drilling. Now, whilst that's drilling away, we'll stick the first couple of thrusters, we'll just tack on the side here between the two wheels. I think that that'll be a good way to go about it. Means we're going to have to move this ramp, but that's the sacrifice that we're going to have to make. We want it a fair way off the ground, but we don't want to go super high. We do want to keep the mass, or the center of mass, or center of gravity lower. So, like, that way we're less likely to tip over. At least that's the optimistic theory of it. We'll stick our thrusters in this menu here, so chuck that in there, and very, very big things. Alright, where can we place it? I think we'll probably run, go smack bang the middle between the two wheels there. So let's count it out, and we'll go put a vertical thing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh well. So we'll just go that we have no plate in our personal inventory. We'll go there, because what does it matter? So take out that one, so I can see what I'm doing. We'll put the ramp here more in line with where we have been doing the ramp. So that's not brilliant. Alright, we're going to leave that there like that, and we will put the rest of it there. And we'll extend the ramp out to the side here as well. That's not smart. And a storm starts up. So we're going to start to get into the swing of trying to figure out where we want our thrusters to go, and then we're going to have to go and start fixing everything. But 'tis the nature of the game. So anyway, put our thruster. Yeah, there looks good. Although realistically, we could go back a little bit and just put both of them right next to each other, because I want to put 4 upwards thrusters. So if we go back another block, and put it there, I think it would work a little bit better. So a little bit closer. See if we can jump onto it. Yep. Okay, and I'll put the going to have to put up more blocks over here to support it. So we'll bust out our grinder and we want our heavy armor block here because lightning. And we should be able to place our thruster now. So we'll try and replicate the same thing on the other side. Okay, what we want to do is go higher with the blocks up there. So can we reach it if we jump? Yep. Okay. Now we select our thruster and we'll place another one right there, and it's not doing it. Okay, we're going to have to extend out that side part, the support for it, a little bit further. Or is it interfering with the wheel? Why am I stuck? Yeah, I think it might be interfering with that wheel. I'm falling down. That's unfortunate. Okay, so 2 it is. Now with the mass that we're at, we should be fine. Just don't know where I'm going with the placement. Maybe if I... Can I place it from down here? Yeah, okay. I see what the problem is. Our front wheel's too close, so that's why we can't do it. So them's the brakes. Okay. Okay, we need to take those out as well, because they are going to be in the way. Now, they're not necessarily going to live here for the rest of the game. We will probably change it. Okay, we want one up from the floor level, so... yeah, that's going to have to be where it goes. So now what we can do is we can knock a hole here, so that way, and actually we will put some blocks back there so we can just walk over to it and weld it up without having to worry about whether or not we're going to be falling onto the ground. And we'll just take them out afterwards because they're just going to get annihilated. So let's start building the thruster. Something that we will do first though is we will go into the menu. Now we've placed them, we can turn them off. What we don't want to happen is as soon as the thruster is built, they turn on and throw what we've done so far in all kinds of silly directions. We don't need that, because they are on by default to start with. Yeah, so we don't want to just have it take off on us when we're not expecting it. As soon as we finished welding it, 100 motor. Oh, we already put everything on production. Yeah, there's a lot of motors we need for this. 1100 motors. So yeah, we're going to need a lot of nickel for that. the nickel is going to be the killer for that, I think, because the motors use a lot of it. We'll put smaller thrusters in the other directions. We won't bother with a downwards thruster at the moment. We'll just have to use gravity. We may put one on there just to make it a little bit more controllable, but it's probably not going to be super necessary. Again, like, considering that, what if this is the 4th episode in, yeah, we aiming for flight this early on, like, I think is optimistic, but I think it's probably achievable if we do it smart. So yeah, take a few precautions, make sure that we don't overestimate our ability there, or the ability of the vehicle. Usually things will go awry when your ambition exceeds your ability, like almost certainly. So yeah, we want to try and be optimistic but realistic at the same time. Okay, I think that's all we're going to need for that. And chucking build planner. I'm not going to bother trying to fly it with only downwards thrusters. We can do it, but I just really don't feel like that much of a challenge with it. We're better off giving ourselves directional thrusters as well, so that way we can do lateral transitions. And we are out of stuff. Let's have a look at our production. In our industrial assembler, we are not making anything. Did I forget to put them on? Oops. Accidentally hit a screenshot there. And I forgot to put them on. Alright, now we were near, what deposit were we near? Let's have a look. Cobalt. So we want to push the next piston down. I'm hoping that we have enough travel to get all the way down there. Like that would be the goal. That would be a happy outcome, the optimistic outcome. But the realistic outcome, we're still going to have to dig down by hand a little way. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, I think we're all the way down now. Let's go down and have a look. Oh. Not quite there. You know what? I think I'm not going to bother. We'll pull that back up. We'll try and get those thrusters done. What am I doing? Now, on the plus side, there's never a negative side. Well, there is a negative side to mining a bunch of stuff, but we're not going to be moving for a little while, so... Okay, why are we not making stuff? No, not the basic industrial assembler. We are, we're just doing it very slowly. Okay, whilst that's plugging away, we need to pull up the other piston. No, that one. Okay, there's something wrong with the other piston, annoyingly. The drills must be full, so we don't need to mine anything else for a little while. So we'll go for a little bit of a cruise, see what we can find. Kill the drills. Unlock the landing gear. Jack up our wheels. Alright, and we'll just keep cruising whilst that's refining away. Now, gold on the planet, the surface deposits of gold are not ideal to go for, like the ore deposits, because you have a lot of stone in there. It takes a lot of hand drilling to get out gold, but it is a necessary component for some things. We got another cobalt deposit here. That's about the same depth, so we'll just keep going. We'll leave that for now. Or we've got a lot of bumps and stuff coming up here. Let's check out the unknown signal. So we're a few hundred meters from it. We're moving quite fast. I don't really want to move too quickly. Like, it would be nice to be able to move quickly, but we want to move safely as well. So we'll park up here, we'll drop our wheels down so we can get back up. Let's drop all the way down until, yep. Now we can jump out and we can walk down. And we can hear the unknown signal. Let's see what we've got, what we get. Where's the button? Button's there. Now we hit the button. Do we get a special item? we get another leopard rifle. Already got a bunch of those. And we get a whole bunch of space bucks and a med kit. We can grind this down for parts. In fact, why not? The other thing that getting rid of it's going to do is take it off of the server map, or not server map, like it won't be displayed to everybody. So if anybody was going to go looking for us, they're not going to be able to use that as a marker to find us now, unless they've already set it. So anyway, we'll change back to our welder. See if we can weld any more of this up whilst we are not driving. We haven't locked our landing gear yet, so that's not that it's a problem. It's just, oops. Okay, that's as much as I can do at the moment, I think. So just dump everything else that's in my inventory back into it. Put the wheels back up. And let's get on the road, or on the wheels again. There's no roads here. If you have a look at our power, like the battery thing, we're using 21% of our battery at the moment, or the power that we can provide at the moment, and we've got an hour of power running the wheels at the moment, so a little less at the moment, but so that's before we have to stop and recharge the batteries. That's just curious to see how close it is to the surface. That's further down, and the silicon is probably too far to really warrant the effort. I think we might end up putting the third piston on the drill just to make it easier to get down to those slightly deeper deposits. Don't really want to tear all that down because I have to move a lot of stuff. It's going to be a time-consuming process, but at the same time, it's going to have its benefits. So, I'm going to try and get away with not doing it if we can. I think we'll just roughly head in the direction of that PPP antenna. Got another silicon deposit. And we're the only person on the server again. And where I am, it is not that late. Like, it's quite early. It's still too deep. And we have a storm approaching. It's getting hazy. Oh, that's a nasty lane. Let's have a look over that way. And I've lost bits. Yep, there it goes again. Epoxy thing. It's always just in time for the bloody storm. Now, if we go to our select us and info tab, you can see all the grids that we have. Now, the one with the most PCU usage is going to be the rover. I should have been paying attention. It's like, I needed to keep the power up going up there. So we'll back up. Like, we've been dropping blocks, so we're going to have to do a cleanup. We'll have to find out the name of this particular grid, and also the grid with the drills on it, and delete everything else. So that way it just helps us to, or helps to prevent us from losing random blocks all over the place and costing us PCU. Like, it's not much, but it can just make it a little bit difficult later on trying to figure out where you're at with that, especially when you start hitting the limit of this server. And that's a fair way down. Let's head towards those trees. There might be ice. You never know. Although it's looking like there's no grass there. There could, I've been told anyway, that, so I don't know how factual this is, but there could be ice anywhere in a deposit. But if there's grass, then there definitely has to be ice, like light, green grass, not this like dead grass stuff. Like here, no ice. Which is unfortunate. But yeah, usually there's an oasis looking thing with green the same color as those trees. That's, the grass is going to be that green. We are not getting up here. We're gonna have to go around. The only reason why we came here is because I saw a bunch of that particular green, so hoping maybe grass, but nope. Now, we could always attempt to get to space using ion thrusters. We would need a lot of them, and we would have to do sort of like a slingshot type thing where we get an, and also gravity is very unforgiving on this planet. Is probably, it is a severe limiting factor. Like, the mass of the ion thrusters with the specific impulse of the ion thrusters is, yeah, it's just not a very economical approach to trying to get to space. Like, using a combination of the atmospheric thrusters and the ion thrusters, yeah, you can do it, but it is hard. I would much rather find ourselves a good chunk of ice. So, we've got another gold deposit. Let's see how close we are to the surface. Oh, that's iron. And we are a long way underground there. We don't really need the iron, so we'll give that a miss for now, so we don't need the weight. Like, we're 1.429 million kilos. Okay, not gone towards that big canyon there. That could be the canyon on the equator, which we are not going to be able to get across very easily unless we build a massive bridge. which I'm not sure if I really want to go to that much trouble. I've seen a video where Splitsy did it using refineries. Some people will say he cheated. I'm indifferent to it. Like, we do have PCU limits, so it makes it harder to do stuff like that. But not impossible. No, that's not the dividing canyon. It's nowhere near deep enough or wide enough. But it might be an interesting challenge. And maybe see if we can actually bridge our way across it. But, like, hopefully, you know, we can get to the point that we're flying soon anyway, so it's not going to be a necessary thing. It would make for an interesting video, though, to see if we could get from the South Pole to the North Pole on this particular planet, because there is a big canyon that runs through the middle of it. I think doing it, seeing how quickly you could do it, would make it a little bit more interesting, making speed a little bit more of a priority, rather than sitting there just crawling along at, you know, 20 meters a second, like what we're doing at the moment. And also doing it in survival, like obviously add the challenge when we're stuck. Yeah, definitely gonna have to put some forward thrusters on here sooner rather than later. We might put a couple of big forward thrusters on, just to give ourselves a little bit of extra push up the hills and whatnot. Just doesn't want to move. Got another big green tree up ahead of us over there. We'll head towards that. It's just to the left of the crosshair. Yeah, come on, you can do it. Can you do it? Yeah, we'll go on angle. Yeah, there we go. We're getting acceleration now. No. Go on angle. I go backwards. That's the opposite of what we want to do. So slow. I mean, at least it's safer. No, it's not happening. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna have to chuck some forward thrusters on here too. So we'll go for 2 big forwards. And we'll just stick them pointing exhaust out that way. So we'll extend some blocks out from here. Need steel plate. That's irritating. So is that. So stick another one on like that, and like that. That was not ideal. Is that lined up? Yep. Okay. So, yeah. Pull up our thruster. And rotate it that way. And we can't place it for some odd reason. There we go. That's where it's going. Interfering with the wheel and all. Ah, oh, bugger it. We'll do the downwards thruster. Actually, no, we're going to do that one first. So we'll go back into the build menu, get rid of that one. We'll add in this one. We'll add it because we're going to need more anyway. And yeah, we're going to start building this up first. What the heck happened here? Okay, that's not brilliant. That's quite disastrous, actually. So, I wonder what we hit there. Anyway, back to that. Now, what this is going to do for us is just give us a... you irritating thing. Okay, we're dropping the wheels down now because that's twice we've done something dopey. Yep, we are down enough to park, even though we don't have the epoxy landing gear anymore. Finish welding this up, or as much as we can get done, and we'll use it to push ourselves up that damn hill. Jet car. And we're out of motors. Of course we are. Oh, maybe we're not. No, we are. How many we got in the other one? Yep. Okay, so we're gonna grind out this one. Pull some of those motors out. So we can weld them up on there. Because I want to go forwards. There we go. Now you see how it turns on automatically? That if that was a downwards thruster, we'd be having a bad time. Anyway, we'll bring our wheels back down. Now we'll see how well we can actually go forwards. Turn the handbrake off. Hey. It's working pretty well. Chewing the power up pretty fast though. We've only got 15 minutes of drive time with the thruster going. So yeah, we will need to put some work into making a lot more batteries. probably have to, like, once we get that other thruster built, like, because we'll let it finish making all the parts for that, and we'll assemble that up, or weld it up. Whoa. What the heck is going on here? Piston decided to... Must have bumped the key. Got more silver over there. But we'll leave it for now. I wonder if that damaged that. Yeah, it damaged the piston. So, yeah, we're going to have to repair, or we may as well rebuild that in a way that we can get some extra depth. It's a lot of welding, a lot of grinding, but that's going to be quicker now because we've got slightly better tools. Something that would be nice to come across is some platinum. If we come across the platinum, then we're going to have the fastest hand tools that we can. May take a while though. I don't know what the scarcity of it is, but cruising. Well, more to the point, we have acceleration, so Cobalt 9, let's check out that Cobalt. See how close to the surface it is. A very meandering route, but what do we got? Yeah, 40 meters. That's about par with everything else that's been so far. A couple more trees. Another valley sort of thing going on. That tree has no grass, neither does that one. There's a big hill. Adventure time here. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We did it. Now, the thing that saved us there were the gyros. Yeah, we've only got 2. We're going to have to put at least 2 more on there, I think, before we try flying this thing as well. Because we are not going to have the assertiveness we want. Yeah, that gold looks like it's quite deep. Don't bugger it. We have a couple of trees down there that are close to each other, and that looks like that might be the ice patch we're looking for. Oh, no, I got my hopes up too soon. It's just 2 trees relatively close together. Dang it. Whoa, we're getting air now. Yeah, we have done ourselves some mischief. We've lost a wheel. Shouldn't have done that. Alright. I really wish I hadn't have done that. Did we lose the thruster as well? Oh, that's really horrible, because that one was built. Yep. That was officially horrible. Alright. We are going to reinforce this now. Actually, we are going to use heavy blocks. Because I'm sick of this damn thing breaking. It is irritating to say the least. So yeah, we're just going to gradually change out the small blocks for large blocks, because that, I mean, the light armor for heavy armor blocks. Okay, left wheel, we want large. We want to get out of the way of it. Go through all the rigmarole trying to put the damn thing on again. Grind the wheel down first, because that will just go away if we don't. Like, roll down the hill. Actually, what did we drop over here? Yeah, parts. Well, it was my own stupidity. I should have known better. It's like, don't go too hard too quick. And the other thing, oh, we lost our ladder. Brilliant. So, yeah, we need to chuck a ramp back on here. That's probably going to, oh no, we're going to be fine. So, yep, okay, grinder, welder. Okay, now we need, probably have to do the piston thing again to add the wheel. So heavy block. There. Put another one. Oh, it's the wrong damn block. Another one there. And we'll put a couple more heavy armor blocks under here, like so. Just to add a little bit more strength to it, hopefully. Probably not, but makes it look like it should be stronger. Piston. Yep. Okay. So we want put that there, weld it up. Wrong thing. Go back to this menu, take off the thruster. Not going to bother with the magnetic plate, so we are going to chuck that out anyway. So we'll just manually do the piston, because yeah, we're going to get rid of this as soon as it's got the wheel on it. Piston, reverse, max impulse. and it's lifting us up. Now we can go to our wheels. Add wheel. There we go. Did that add a wheel? No, it didn't add a wheel. You obnoxious thing. Why won't you add a wheel? Okay, time for another piston. No, that pistons would be fine if we could actually lift it. Oh, damn it. Okay, another piston we'll chuck on here. There we go. Now, hopefully we can add a damn wheel to it. Yes. Okay, pistons down. Reverse. Where's the other one? There. Reverse. No. Bring that back. This one, reverse. I had to check the length because they got the same damn name. Okay. Grind that off. Get rid of that too. We're gonna have to add that wheel to the group as well. Pick that up. Weld this up, pick up more stuff that's just lying here on the ground. How much more crap fell down? I missed that warning. Need construction components. The frustration. Alright, there we go. Now, we are mobile again. So, we need to add that wheel to our wheels. Save. And we will adjust the height right up. Kind of devastated that we lost that engine because it was all welded up. Alright, back to cruising. We'll keep going until, like, yeah, we really get closer to the, yeah, we should probably charge point. And we'll weld up the landing gear and arc up. Ooh, magnesium. That's useful. But also looks like that's a long way underground. Yeah, that's too hard basket effort, I think. I don't need to go too hard with the thrust as well, or the forward momentum. Kind of what got me before, I think, is I was going a little bit faster than I expected to be. That is a big canyon. That's probably the equatorial canyon. That looks like it might be. So we are not going past that. We can't drive around it either, so yeah, this is the impasse point, I suspect, anyway. So pick a different direction. Or do we go north, this way, or the other way along the canyon? I think this way, although there's mountains up there, so this is back the way we came. Let's go this way. Those mountains look further away, so we'll go back down to the flat stuff. Go drive across the desert. Oh, getting some speed up now. That's not the wisest thing to do with something that's only half welded up. Well, not even really welded up. That looks like the crater where we lost our engine. Thruster. We are travelling quite quickly along the ground at the moment. Just got to make sure that we don't have any big unexpected bumps. We're going to slow down for them, but we can cover a lot of ground this way. The other thing I was thinking of doing was seeing if we could do a skid. Like where you put the wheels pointing at the ground, turn the friction off, or all the way down to 0, and just drive it like a hovercraft. That is a viable option. They are pretty manageable to control, quite survivable. The only real catch with them is, like, yeah, you do have to lock them down, otherwise they slide around all over the place. And also, yeah, if you're not, well, yeah, if you're so inclined like I usually am, yeah, you can go awry very quickly with it, like end up upside down. That's not the goal here. The goal is to find ice. I mean, we were very fortunate not to end up upside down when we lost that wheel. So that was very close to being a severe brown trousers moment. What do we got here? Very deep. Now we've got 7 minutes of forward acceleration with the thrusters on, or the thruster on. Now the thing to bear in mind is that we are making parts for the other thruster at the moment, so it's not like we're going to end up having to do this drive anyway. Like, it would be nice to get the whole thing in the air, so, but it is still going to take a fair amount of time. Or I suppose what we should have done, which I said I was going to do before, was put the speed modules on. That might be worth thinking about it, because if we put the speed modules on, we can pump out the parts a hell of a lot faster. So yeah, like next time we come across a reasonably shallow deposit, we'll park up, That's still not reasonable. I mean, or if we run out of power, we're going to have to park up anyway, so... Whilst we can sit here and cruise at a decent speed, I think we'll try and cover some ground. Keep checking out the trees, see if there's any ice. Because, yeah, if we find ice, that's where we're going to be hanging out for a little while, building up the thrusters and all the rest of that business. So, I mean, we've already travelled 50 kilometres from where we started, so we're doing quite well as far as being able to cover distance goes. I just have... There's no massive ice lakes on this planet. Which is one of the reasons why I chose it. Ah, that's nickel. What's this one? Iron. Oh, that was pretty shallow. Let's take a chunk of that out. Oh, we're going to have to weld our drill up. Repair the piston. Because of the unfortunate incident before. Okay, that looks like a good spot there. So, out we go. Landing gear first, so we'll get recharging. Get rid of that damn silly blocks there that I placed accidentally. We'll go for heavy armor blocks because we have had nothing. Oh, damn it, fell down that thing again. Might. Okay, them there like that. I'm out of steel plate again. What am I thinking? Yep, that there like that. And where's my landing gear? It's in the first one. Okay, we'll drop our wheels down first, so that way we can get back up when we want to. Easier. Oops. What am I doing? Pressing the wrong damn key. Okay, now we're down. Get out of the cockpit. Pick up the rest of the components for that landing gear. Lock it off. I think we'll just grind it up next time. Because, yeah, this thing is proven to be a pain. Okay, we need to go up. Get to the rest of that stuff. That's the only one that's broken by the look of things. Piston's fine. Oh, yeah. Go back. We could have got the parts from there in the container. You just get into a habit of always running back to the same spot. Okay, we got green lights. Yep. Now, gonna jetpack it. Yep, we need those. Okay, that's something else that we lost. If we put back in our angle block here, because we broke our elevator. Well, step up to it. Where are we going? can get rid of that. Why won't you let me get rid of it? Chuck it in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, did we collect all the parts we needed? Yeah. Okay, drill's working again. Turn the drills on and drop the drills down. I press the wrong key again. And whilst we wait, we will weld that up. So yeah, the other thing that I think we'll do next is, like, as soon as we finish welding this up, we'll put a whole bunch of batteries on for production. Because we're going to need those ultimately to fly. Although I'm starting to rethink the flying thing, but at the same time we've already had a pretty expensive crash. So maybe flying is the better choice. Okay, we got one thruster. Now for the next one. That was like so incredibly tragic. It's like all that effort and hard work just gone because of my silly lead feet. Let's get rid of this stuff here. Just chuck them in a small cargo container. No, that was the wrong spot. That's low down compared to where I wanted it. There, that's where I want it. Ah, damn it. We're getting caned by the weather and gravity. I'm just having a right time of it this episode. It's yeah, not having the greatest of successes with all of this right now. It's just disaster after disaster. What the hell's going on? We were doing really well, I thought. And then all of a sudden comes... I think it was complacency that did us in. Okay, let's run that other piston down. 5. F out of that. Yep. Go back, we'll pick up some more materials. And go back, get some more, go back, weld it up, get some more, weld it up. I have a sneaking suspicion that lightning's going to get us soon. That storm is getting very thick. On the plus side, if we can fly, we can fly over the top of the storms. So maybe that's another good reason to do it. But that being said, how long are we going to be able to fly for? It's not like we have the ability to go and get nuclear reactors and have energy or electricity for days. So it's going to be severely problematic as far as that sort of side of things goes. Did something just try to... Oh, I double clicked it. Are we out of motors? Yes. That would be yes. Let's have a look at our industrial assembler. We are not producing any motors. Why are we not producing any motors? Probably because we're all backed up with freaking gravel. No. Okay, what do we need for those motors? Production. We need nickel and iron. Inventory. We have plenty of both. So what the hell, man? Okay. Well, we can almost see where we're going again. I think we're only going to need one big thruster in that direction. Just for cruising around the surface. Like in the backwards direction. We might be able to get away with small ones for the other directions. But that being said, it might be easy just to chuck some big ones on. Oh, that's right. We need batteries. And lots of them. So let's chuck some of these down or up, depending on your perspective there. So grab some steel plate, start laying out batteries, because the more we have, the more flight time we're going to have, but unfortunately also the more mass we're going to have. But it's better to have more energy than you need and compensate for the extra weight with thrusters. Okay. Okay, yep. Now, because, things are starting to feel like they're dragging a little bit, I am going to focus on something that I should have done much sooner. Put those speed modules on. So, we go into the G menu. We select this one because this one will switch between all of them, so it's easier to find. We need steel plate because of course we do. Because we used up all the stuff that we picked up before. And we are going to chuck all 4 speed modules on and then weld them up if we don't die falling off of a very sketchy scaffolding setup. This always seems to really thoroughly enjoy putting them slightly on the piss for me. Oh. Fall down again. Anyway, add 2 lots of those. Oh, freaking heck. Oh, and I've just put shit loads of batteries on for production, like an idiot. What? Okay, take the batteries off. Put the speed modules on. There we go, that's 1, 2, 3. Not quite 3. Try again. Why won't you? I swear something is bugging out with this because it doesn't give me quite enough things for the damn thing that I do. And it says, oh, I've already taken them all out. Alright, where is the bottom of that assembler? There. Can I reach it? Yeah, maybe. 3. And of course we're out of plate again. Get it all oriented, ready to go, and then realize don't have any steel plate. Yep, that's the right spot. Can I reach this from here to weld? Yes, with jumping. Okay, it's in the build planner. Add it to production. Why can't I take out the computers? Yep, okay, got everything now. So okay, now if we have a look at our production rate, we will see things zipping along. Or not. What the hell is going on now? It is full of gravel, like a freaking idiot. We're going to put an ejector on to throw that gravel out of the back of this truck. Okay, now production. Much, much better. Should have done that earlier. Didn't. Unfortunately, however, it is what it is. You live and learn. Actually, let's shift those batteries up. Or the power cells, sorry. They'll be a fair way down the queue. We've got a lot of them that we want up pretty quick. So we'll just drag them up a ways, because yeah, we want to try and get them online as soon as possible, so when we park up next we've got a lot of batteries charging, and that way we can drive for longer. And I think I put 2 lots of batteries on production, which sounds like me. Anywho, okay, so yeah, power cells take up a lot of space in your inventory, so you're running back to your pickup spot a lot. There we go, there's one. The other thing that's unfortunate about batteries is you don't want to have to grind them down because you can't recover the power cells. The power cells get ground down to scrap. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. At least not everything gets ground down to scrap. But yeah, You want to be very particular about your placement of batteries because you don't want to have it all welded up and finished and think, oh yeah, nah, I'm going to move that. So I probably should have put more thought into where I put these, but as it turns out, I think that that's not a bad spot for it. They're in the middle, so the center of mass is not going to cause it too much grief. They're not too high above the wheels, so that hopefully they won't tip us over. And they're not obstructing where we want to like have to walk. So like, yeah, we're not going to have to walk miles around it. We can just walk underneath them. So I think we've done all right with our battery placement here. What do we want? Computers and construction components. So we'll go back to production for our industrial assembler and we'll shift those forward. The power cells are taking a long time. So anyway, that all right, we're getting there. It's sort of like taking a couple of steps backwards, but we're catching back up. We've still got a lot. That thruster was devastating. It was like, yep, I reckon I can do it in this stream. We can start flying. I don't think that we're going to get it done in the 4-hour max limit I try to set. Which, yes, bummed me out a bit. I was looking forward to flying again. Well, at least flying in this particular like startup. It's like, yep, milestone achieved. But it was not meant to be, as it turned apparent as it seems now. So alright, let's have a look at the build planner. Where are we at with that? We've got 3 batteries there waiting for bits. That one's done. That one still needs computers and construction components. That one's done some stuff. Steel plate. Should be able to pick that up. They had a mountain of it. Okay, clearing the build planner out. Oops, clicked on the wrong one. Try again. There we go. Oh, should have done that one too, but anyway. Oh, no. That one. Nope. Okay, production. Survival kit. Industrial assembler. Where's all the damn computers? Construction components. Crikey. Okay, that's done, that's done. That one is not done, it needs computers. But we still have a whole bunch of parts for them. So this one is finished. Nice. This one is going to be finished. That will be good too. And the last one is still not done. More power cells. Deposit everything and yep. That only took a few of them last time. I had to double click. What is up with that? Of course, build plan is empty because I deposited some. There we go. So now we have a bunch of batteries. Now let's have a look and see what our batteries state is in. Fully depleted in 10 hours. That's not great. Why is that? Oh no. Okay, what are our wind turbines running at? Wind clearance is only good. Good. Optimal. The ones that are good are not that much lower. But that's a problem. Oh, I know why. If we turn all of these off. Okay, now we check our battery. Nope, still 10 hours. It's probably the refinery and the assembler because we've got all those speed modules off. Now if we check our battery, 14 hours it's going to be depleted. So slightly longer. The only reason why I'm running through this at the moment is to check to see what happens when we want to log off. Fully recharged in 11 hours. So, okay. If we have to shut down things to make sure that we can recharge. Okay. Oops. Turn that stuff back on for now because we do have a fair amount of time. Refinery. Well, that's on. So if that was off, what are our batteries charging at? Fully recharged in 8 hours. But what we will want to do is have the refinery going whilst we are offline as well. So we want to make sure that that can still go. I don't care if we can't build stuff when we're not here. We are running 500% productivity there. That is good. But it is coming at a significant cost with the power. It's like 2.8 megawatts of power we're using for the industrial assembler. What we can do, and we may do, is chuck out the basic assembler because it's not super fast. It doesn't use a hell of a lot of power, but it is weight. Basic refinery, they are useful for pumping through stone. Like it wouldn't be an uncommon thing to see a lot of basic refineries, like just used to process stone and stuff like that. Because the large refineries are very big and costly in materials more than anything. But that being said, we might still want to put another one on. We might chuck the yield modules. Oh, actually, no, we won't chuck the yield modules on first. We'll just chuck more on, another refinery on. then work on the yield modules, I think. So we'll put the parts for production onto that. Although I don't know if we're going to be able to get to go flying today. I want to try and achieve that, because that's what we set out to do. So maybe we should focus on staying on track and see if we can get ourselves in the air. We are going to want a couple more gyros on here too. They shouldn't be the hardest things in the world to put on. Where should we put these front thrusters? I think we'll put a couple of small ones up there, so they won't take up too much space. Let's see how we can get up there. If we stand on top of the refinery, yep, we should be able to reach that. So, okay, so we'll go for our thrusters, and we'll select the smaller ones, smaller atmospheric thrusters. That way, these are a lot. Now, of course, we haven't got any steel plate. A lot cheaper in resources, but they're also a lot cheaper in ability to provide thrust. That sucked. Damn it. Alright, more parts. And what else we're going to do is, we don't need to go up to the roof, but we are going to put those there so we don't fall down the gap again like an idiot. So we don't need to go all the way back down. We can just pick up our parts from here. Okay, there's one. Oh, a lot quicker to make these. And we'll stick to for the sideways directions as well. I'm not 100% sure about whether or not that's going to be enough thrust, but a man can dream. Like, we can hope and pray and try not to die. Oh, can we just walk up on top here? Yes, we can. Awesome. So I'll stick them just off of here. So 5. Was it 4? No, 4. That's where I put them. So put them out that way. One there, and the other one there. Did I put one around the wrong way? Yes, of course I did. Oops. Or did I? Maybe. Doesn't matter. Doesn't cost us anything to double check. And a little bit of time. Okay, nearly fell down another hole I've acquired. Okay, we don't have a forward thruster there. That's a little odd. Oh, we never placed it. That's why. So, okay. Can we get down without dying? Yep. Alright. Now, freaking hole. Now, what we can do is place the forward, like the forward thruster down, but we don't necessarily have to weld it up or whatnot. We can place it down And like a tool, I've gone and put that in a different spot. Or, oh no, maybe not. I think we're all good. Yeah, alright, never mind. It's still a bit of a tool, but... Eek. Can I place it? Ah, frick sake. Try standing on the wheel to do it. I can't place it because the wheel's in the way. Ah. Gravity is a curse. Okay, wheels are going down. Turn the drills off. There's something else that would have been draining all the power. And of course, landing gear is going to be obnoxious for me, isn't it? Okay, so landing gear. G. Landing gear. Switch lock. Okay, increase the height. Landing gear up. Now we'll see if we can place the damn thruster. As if we can't, then we're just going to say stuff it. One will do. In fact, one will probably do anyway. Oh, that's right. I want to put it there so that way we've got somewhere to mount the other sideways ones. Because I want to put the other sideways thrusters on top of that. So I want to stick them up here. So that way I know where they are. I don't have to go hunting around for them. So there. Okay, run over to the other side and get these ones. Try to empty out the build planner. Probably should have taken those batteries off because didn't really need them. Okay, what's in the build planner? Yeah, we've just got thrusters in there, so... Okay, take out the batteries, take out all these steel plates. We do need a lot of construction components, but oh, how many batteries did we put in there? Just get rid of everything and start again, I think. Yeah, okay. Hang on, G. Get rid of this. There. That one's finished. There and there. Put all of those on. That's better. Not so much freaking circle work. Oh, that big one's going to be annoying, because that's going to want to chew up everything. Okay, now tempted, but also I'm not entirely idiotic to give it a go. Now, I know from experience that if I do that, we are going to have a bad time, because we do not have enough gyros on there. So we are going to have to build those, even though once we've got the sideways thrusters going, we should have enough power, thrust to get us moving around and whatnot. But I know what's going to happen. Okay, we are going to get rid of the big thruster off the build planner, because and I just put it back on like an idiot. And we are going to check our production. Industrial assembly. Oh, we're on. Oh, what the hell, man? How many times do we have to freaking say, do that? Okay, that's one more down. One more thruster to go, then we are going to... Oh, one more construction component. It's up and running. And the other thing to consider is the longer we let those batteries charge, the more flight time we're going to have. They have got ways to go yet. But yeah, definitely gyro time. Steel plate. And yeah, we're going to give flying a go, because I feel that we've earned that. It has been a little trying, especially with the loss of that thruster due to the incompetent driving on my part. Yes, it was my fault. I'm well aware of it. Should have been paying a little bit closer attention, but here we are. I hope we're not out of cobalt. Hopefully it's just because there's other things in front of it. So yes. Oh no. Oh yeah, no, we're still making them. It's good. Steel plates. We're so close. Freaking heck. Okay, why can it not withdraw the steel plate? We had a mountain of them. Well, we've used a mountain of them. And metal grids. them on production. Actually, I should have turned all the thrusters off to let the batteries charge. Let's do that now. Actually, what we will do is we will put all of the thrusters into a group. So we got thrusters. Yep, that looks like all of them. So thrusters, and we'll turn them all off. We've only got... Whoa, hang on. Why are we rolling? Why did that happen? That was odd. Oh no. Alright. Let's give it a shot. And then as soon as I think about giving it a shot, Weather's like, no, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna get hammered. But that being said, when the wind starts going mental, our wind turbines are going to be spinning up super fast. Yeah. So even though we are still chewing the batteries a little bit, we are charging. So we're running. So yeah, small mercies, I guess. Like 500 watts per. So we are running 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? 8, 2, 5, 6. Yeah. 4 kilowatts of power. Roughly. Yeah, probably a little bit more. Just hope that we don't get hammered by lightning. So let's just run the drills again. Whilst we're here. And whilst that's going, I think I'll take a short break and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I think we're ready for our first flight. Probably wasn't the smartest idea filling ourselves up with a whole bunch of stone, but at the same time we do need it. So first off, we will assign all of the thrusters, or the thruster group, to one of these. So we'll toggle the block on and off that way. Also, something that we'll want to do, so that way we can cruise without having to constantly drive against the two of the thrusters, is we select our backwards thrusters, which these ones here, we put them in a separate group and call them just hit the F12 key again, thrusters back, and we will assign that to do the same thing as the other one. So chuck that one in there and toggle that on or off. So now if we turn off the front ones, it means that we can maintain forward level flight with your control and all that, without having to worry too much about, oh, that's right, we need those metal grids for that. Ooh, maybe we, yes, okay, that's good news. Okay, so anyway, yeah, forward level flight with good control. The reason why I went and did the gyro, I thought, oh, maybe it made it. So that way we've got good yaw, roll, pitch, attitude control, and all the rest of that business. With the forward thrusters off, we want to have them on when we want to hover in one spot and keep it stable. But we don't want to have it on when we want to go forward at speed. Because ideally we want to travel along at the maximum speed that we can, like if we want to cover a lot of ground. Something that I think we might do is we'll try to head over to that station, and we'll have a look and see what's there. We should be able to get there fairly quickly, depending on how fast, or like how efficiently we can travel. With the mass that we have, like we're not super heavy. I think we'll be okay. So yeah, we'll give it a crack, see what happens. So we'll turn our thrusters on. We'll actually raise our wheel height. Oops, pressing the wrong key again. Gotta stop doing that. That's what caused me grief before and nearly snapped off the... Anyway, distractions. Okay, so unlock the landing gear. Okay, can we lift up? Okay, I think we are way too heavy for the amount of thrusters that we have. We need more up thrust, I think. Yep, we definitely need more up. So we're going to need those other two that I was talking about before, so we can kill the thrusters. That is very unfortunate. Something else that we might want to do is assign the forward thrusters to their own group. Oh, bugger me dead. That stupid landing gear. Come on, you're nowhere near the goddamn ground. Ugh. I don't know what's going on with that. It's just been an irritant. maybe we need to increase the strength of our suspension. No, we look like we've well cleared it. Maybe we can make the landing gear up higher. So we'll try dropping the wheels down a bit. So that way we can still use the ramp to get up and down. Yeah. Okay. We will get off. Get out of the seat. Yep. Okay. Remove the stupid landing gear. And we'll take out that block too. And we'll try and put the landing gear up a little bit higher, because you never know, it might work. So anyway, heavy armor block there, the landing gear. That is probably the same height it was before. Yes, it is. Is it? Or is it actually higher? I can't remember. Is that as low as we can get the wheels to go? Because if we can get the wheels to go lower, and actually get it to drop down like onto the suspension, that's as low as it goes. So we want the landing gear to be able to lock on from that position. If we want to try and keep the landing gear there all the time, which I'm starting to think maybe that's not a brilliant idea. In fact, I think we'll try flying without the landing gear. See what happens there. So we'll just chuck this stuff in here. We'll pick up the rest of those plates that we dropped down on the ground. So, because that may have been getting stuck, and also they take up mass, so yeah, we are not getting off the ground with this done this way. So we're going to need at least 2 more thrusters, I suspect. So there must have been something chronically wrong with the math I did, which that doesn't surprise me at all. So anyway, back to it. Try chuck on. Will we have enough cobalt to make it? Because we may need to go driving anyway. We should have enough. So okay, we'll go into production on our industrial assembler. Blueprints. Now they should be being made. They're not being made because it's choosing to be difficult. So we'll chuck 2 more large atmospheric thrusters on production, as well as we're going to have a look at the inventory. And I think that can stay there. But where's our industrial assembler? Oh, that doesn't look all that bad. But gravel is... it's a curse. Like... is throwing the gravel off the back of this right now. There's a certain catharsis to it. It's throwing it all out because done fighting with gravel. Is there an easier way? there is probably an easier way. See, the thing that sucks about trying to chuck out gravel manually like this is you've got to put it into your personal inventory, and then you've got to then throw it onto the ground. I could do the sorter thing, but I don't really want to set that up just now because we don't have a super large amount of gravel. It's not like we've got millions of kilos of it or anything, so we can just... Oops. What am I doing? Absurdities. Okay. Oh, still got another 3 tons of it. Bye-bye, gravel. Okay. Big pile of refined space rocks down there. Okay, so where are we going to put these things? I think we will just strap them onto the side. Okay, steel plate first, because that will inevitably be needed for block placement. So we'll chuck some more blocks down here. Oops. Get rid of that. Oh, yep. There we go. What's sparking? Bloody hell. Oh, all of this is going to go away anyway. Once this thruster is assembled and welded and so on. 5. The big one. Ah, damn it. I just lagged through the damn wall. Okay. Now put it there. Yes, there. Like that. That's fine. Okay. Now I don't need that or that. So, that on production. Okay, and I will repeat that same thing on this side. What do we got? We want steel blocks. Or steel plate. Go and hang over the side, and I still haven't done the steel plate. Oh, freaking heck. Well, I may be falling down a lot, but, and I'm not trying to jinx it or anything, but I haven't died that many times. Like, not that dying is the end of the world. It is a video game. Fuck, it is just irritating. It's like, I just want to put this here. Why won't you let me do that? Nope. Oh. There we go. Alright. Now let me put that damn thing down. Thank you. Okay, and we can get rid of that. That. Okay, now we can weld stuff up and also put stuff to production. Why did I deposit it? Okay, we only need 80 metal grids, so cobalt should be a problem. It's just the motors off. Yeah. What the hell's going on there? Okay, what's on the build planner that... there is nothing on the build planner that shouldn't be on the build planner. And yet I picked up a bunch of stuff that I don't want. Why? Why must it be that hard? And we are getting lagged around. Probably turn them off first as well. So we go back into this, we select thrusters, we add them to our group, and we cycle them on and off and on, or on and off, or whatever. Make sure that they're all in the same state. We want them all off because we want to make sure that we are in control when we decide to turn them on, just in case it wants to go and yeet itself off. We might be able to shut them down, whereas if we are welding them up and they all of a sudden turn on and decide to go and take off in a random direction, we're not going to be able to switch them off like in a hurry. So not basic, we want okay, I think we're out of material. So jump back in our seat. Lift our wheels up. Yep, drop our drills. We seem to be out of nickel, most likely. That's right, we took the landing gear off. We are not currently charging. I really thought that 2 was going to get us in the air. I think the that table that I looked at on the internet was wrong, because we should have had enough thrust to pick us up. So, next piston. Okay, run them back. I think we picked up a bunch of iron with that. So that had its intended purpose. So kill the drills, check the inventory. Stone and iron. Bonus. Alright, and we are very, very slowly making... Okay, we want to make sure we're refining stone because we need to get nickel. In fact, what we might do is we'll drive around looking for a nickel deposit. And we seem to be very heavy now. Oh no, see, we can help our turn with our gyros because we've got lots of them now. So we're gonna sort of roughly head towards that RTTC station. We'll make that our next destination. Ooh. Oh, I thought we traveled further. 24 kilometers we've traveled from our starting location. Now what we will also do, we've got a spare slot there. We'll put the landing gear into number 9 when we next have it up, but we'll go for our forward thruster. If we open up our K menu and we check our thrusters, see which one's forward, there should be number 7, number 4. So we'll turn number 4 on. So G, thrusters 4, number, and we'll toggle that one on or off. I was going to put it in number 8, but whatever. Okay, so it's not working. Park. Okay, I must have looked at the wrong one. Let's have a look again. Thrusters up, forwards, up, forwards, up, up. We want what? Hang on. It is large atmospheric thruster 4. Okay, definitely is that. So, we didn't pick the large atmospheric thruster 4. We picked the small atmospheric thruster 4. Okay, so anyway, actually cancel that, remove that from the toolbar, and we'll put that into number 8. Toggle block on or off, and we'll use number 9 for switch lock, so for the landing gear. Now if we hit park, we go 8. Now we can drive with some speed. What we'll do is when we've got the other thruster going, we'll just stick that on the group as well. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll stop at this nickel spot here if it's not too deep. And it's looking like it probably is. Yeah, it's probably too far down. We're probably not going to be able to get to it. So anyway, feel like driving. Or feel like flying, but just want to move. Silicon. Oh, what was that? That's cobalt over there. That bump was pretty hardcore. Now, something I need to actually think about is 100 meters per second is 360 kilometers per hour. So 50 meters per second is going to be 180 kilometers an hour. So maybe I don't want to go at 50 meters a second. On the ground at least anyway. I don't know how we're going to fare getting over these dunes. Especially now that the weather's gone. So doesn't feel like we're traveling along at close to 100 k's an hour. Or no, we're not close to 100 k's an hour, but was it 180? Yeah, that's half a 360. So 180 is 50 meters a second. We don't want to go that fast neither. Okay, what's going on now? We bottomed out. No, sort of. We are digging into the ground with that landing leg thing. Well, not landing leg, but the little step. Maybe we need to up our suspension strength. The other thing that we do need to make sure that we keep in mind is, you know, even though we are driving over to a station at the moment, which is, yeah, you know, there could be stuff there. I mean, we can get hydrogen from there. We can sell ores and stuff like that and use space bucks to buy hydrogen. It's going to be a difficult process, like, to do it that way. But whilst we're traveling over there, like, there's other things we can get as well. Like, we could get a little atmospheric welder or construction ship, or possibly buy a ship, so that way we can weld up all the broken stuff and we can just park it on the top there. That would be very handy. And also having a ship that we can fly around, we could use that for scouting. So, you know, that's another thing that we could do. Like, rather than have to go and build something up from scratch, we just go to the shop and buy one. This speed is creeping up. So those big wheels turn so slowly. Feels like we're going a lot slower than we actually are. I'm going to try and keep the speed down now, which is kind of backwards to where we were at before. Crawling along at 2 meters a second up a hill. Now it's like trying to stay below a speed that's going to get us chronically messed up. But if we had a nice flat plane to just run on, go full tilt, like, there was a spot, like, when I've played on this planet before, where you could go just about flat out, and it was the curvature of the planet, sort of flat. So yeah, you could cruise along at a much higher speed. I was doing that in a skid though, mind you, so it was a little more forgiving. I mean, as it is now, we are cruising along at quite a clip. Like, a lot faster than is probably recommended as being safe. But the ADHD is starting to really say, nope, we're going to go for it. Give it the beans. And then give it some more beans. And when you think you've given enough beans, chuck a couple extra in there just for good measure. That tree was obnoxious. We do have a little bit of power, so the reason why we keep banging holes in the ground is because of that little step thing. We'll get up the top here and see what we can see. Like, get a little bit of height. And it's just more dirt. Is that station? Oh, that station's in orbit. Oh, that's a letdown. I was hoping that that was on the ground. Because we are not getting up there with a jetpack. And I don't think we're going to be crossing all of that stuff over there. I think we just... Oh, is that going to be passable? No. Crikey. Yeah, that's a definite, most likely not scenario. Come on, you can do it. You know you can do it. You would like to do it. See, we don't have to worry about headaches like that there if we were flying. We could just get some altitude, fly around, look for something that looks green off in the distance and fly towards that. Rather than trudging along on the ground, not seeing shit, struggling. Oh, I know what I went wrong with the thrusters. We got 1.2 Gs, not 1 G. So that makes sense. Okay, think. Yeah, tossing up whether or not to park up, dig some rocks, and just let it refine. And then, oh, yeah, well, it's going to have to be refined then whilst we're away. And when we come back, we'll have, like, an empty ship. Well, empty of rocks, so to say. Full of buildable materials. Oh, raw materials. We can just pump out the parts we need, make this thing fly. We can get over that rocky canyon looking thing there. might be the way to go. And also, it'll give our batteries, like we've only just built those batteries, so they haven't been fully charged. So we're going to get bugger all flight time. It just would have been nice to have a flight just work. But, you know, it was optimistic. I mean, it was very ambitious, like, to try and get this done. Like, starting to get a little bit cranky with it, like when stuff goes wrong. And that's usually the time that you want to say, yeah, I think we might stop for a little while. Just take a little bit of a break. As soon as you start getting frustrated with something that you're actually doing, it might be time to put it aside, come back to it in a little while. There's things that the ship or the rover can do whilst we wait, so I think we might just arc it up with a nice wide view. Like sitting here perched on top of a mountain, like it looks pretty crazy. We'll try and get it a little bit level so we don't. There we go. That looks pretty mad. Top of the world sort of feel to it here. Alright, so yeah, we'll chuck a... Well, actually, we'll see if we can get those thrusters finished. Because... should have been plugging away at it. Oh, and of course, no, it wasn't. It was doing something else because it is... See, this is what I mean about getting frustrated with something. Why is it not making stuff? Inventory. Because it wants to refine iron instead of probably stone. Do we have stone? No, we don't have stone, so that's my own silly fault. See, like getting pissed off because of things I'm actually doing. So turn the drill on. Run that into the ground. Oh, and whilst we're at it, we'll drop our landing gear down as low as we can. Sorry, our wheels down as low as we can. Actually, I just thought of something. If I stick a magnetic plate on there, I can use that to lock it down. And put that on something that will reach the ground, but also not stick out an enormous amount. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can do that. Because that landing gear thing was driving me around the bend. How do I get off this thing? Yeah, we lost some of it. Yeah, it's not going to freaking reach. Okay, so will the landing gear, yeah, that'll probably work like that. So of course it isn't. Okay, so grind a little bit of that down. We'll put up a light block, because if it gets smashed off, who cares? We just want to be able to jump up there, and we can't. Okay, jetpack. Okay, now we probably... okay, this is frustration time. Okay, hopefully we have enough stuff, because all we want to do is stick the battery on charge, or batteries on charge. We may need to back up, and we'll just take advantage of the bump. And So close, and yet not good enough. Okay, can we take some motors out of that? Probably did, as well as a bunch of other stuff. So, not that. Oh, come on. That's right, we're out of nickel, aren't we? So, how many motors are in that? Okay, we've taken stuff out of that. Let's turn those thrusters off before we chew up all that power. Oops, not that. We want that. Alright, now we will back up a little bit and actually, first off, we will pull the pistons up. We'll back up a little bit and park on with the landing gear over the bump there. So, actually, we'll plunge them down a little further, and then we'll roll back a little and let the landing gear take, hopefully. What would have been really good is if you could just use a piston and attach a landing gear to a piston and then drop that down when you want to, because you could get the clearance that you want without it clanging out or whatever, as well as have it so that it will run the wind turbines. That's something that would have been really, really good. So that way you can make retractable landing gear without having to worry about this exact issue right now. But, you know, I am ranting about something that is a feature of the game. So, yeah, yet again, another good reason to pause it here. I mean, we got a nice view going on. So, you know, we shouldn't complain that much. Like, we can. We do. But we shouldn't. Because ultimately, you know, we are choosing to do this. We set this up for us. I set this up for myself. So back up a bit. Park it there. And might be able to rock it forward as well after I've got the legs down. So, I mean the wheels down. Put the wheels down. Can we rock it forward and lock that gear? Is it? Of course it's not. Okay, wheels up. Back it up. Okay, now this thing was locking all the damn time before when I didn't want it to. Now that I want it to, it's gone, no, we're not going to do what you want because that's what you want. So I'm going to try. No, still not going. Come on, man. Lock. Yes, we've got our wheel locked. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's a nice looking view. We're on a little bit of an angle, but ultimately, we got the result we were looking for. So we'll plunge down again. And yeah, we'll set up for overnight mode. We'll call it for now, where we want to shut down our assembler. And so if we shut down our basic assembler, well, that's already off anyway. And our industrial assembler, we'll switch that off. Actually, we'll check the batteries first. Fully recharged in 22 hours. We want them fully recharged in a lot less time than that, so we'll turn off our assembler. Have a look at the batteries again. Still says 22 hours. That's ridiculous. What's our refinery pulling? 560 watts. What is our turbines putting out at the moment? Bugger all. 308 optimally, 270 poorly, 260. So at least we're charging. So gotta at least give it that. Let's have a look at our fully recharged in a day. Current inputs 252 watts. What else is eating up our power? 330. What about our industrial refinery? Not that we're going to turn that off. We want it to eat the stone whilst we are away. It's not an industrial refinery. I'm looking for the wrong damn thing. 560 kilowatts. So it's not that much. Although that is 2 turbines just plodding along like that. 2 and a bit. Or depending on which ones you pick. Anyway, did we turn the thrusters off? Yes. So, we are running the drills at the moment. So, we'll pull the pistons back up. And then we'll kill the drills. Well, we'll switch them off. We don't want to destroy them. Right, I have a sneaking suspicion that we are going to have to put another 2 to 4 thrusters on this thing to actually get it to fly. Which, that would be, well, shit, we're at 2.7 million kilos now. But that being said, we've just filled it up with rocks. So, hopefully that will be a lot less tomorrow, especially after we chuck out all the pesky gravel. So now let's have a look at our batteries and see what they're doing. 21 hours, so it was marginally better. How much do our drills actually use? 2 kilowatts, that's negligible. Gyroscopes, they use a lot, so we'll turn those off. We don't need them on whilst we're just sitting here. 40 kilowatts, it's not a huge amount, but we are dealing with very small power supply right now. So now we'll have a look at our battery. 20 hours, so we got a little bit faster a recharge time there. Don't really want to turn anything else off. Speed modules, they don't seem to use any power there's no information on them, but that's because our assembler's off anyway. The ore detector, we don't need the ore detector on. They do use power, but I don't know how much. We just turn it off anyway. We can turn our wheels off because even when we're parked and they're not doing anything, they chew up power. Okay, so we failed today. We gave it a good red hot go. we tried to go flying and we just didn't get there. But we did get a pretty good setup ready for like taking to the skies. We can finish off those thrusters. We will do that tomorrow. Hopefully we will, or in the next stream, rather, like, we'll get the rest of the thrusters built and we'll actually get the damn thing off the ground. So, I mean, it's not looking, you know, like all doom. It's just not looking ideal. I really wanted to get it off the ground now, but, you know, I am in. It's patience is just worn out right now. Normally would have a lot more patience, but yeah. So I think before anything disastrous happens, like, that was also pretty disappointing, seeing that in the sky there. It's like, oh man, that's we can't go there now. That's sad. I thought that we could actually drive to it, but oh, that was something I was actually look forward to. The disappointment. Anyway, next time I reckon we will be able to have it in the air, and we will be in a much better situation flying around. And also, I thought the gravity well was much deeper than that. I wonder where that actually is. And what is that behind me? New. I don't know what that GPS marker is. I think I've been on this server once before. It's 4,000 kilometers away. I think that is on the moon, the Earth moon. But I thought the Earth moon was further away. I don't know. Well, we will see. Anyway, I think that's it for today. So yeah, we will be flying next time, and we will, like, okay, providing there's no major disasters, we'll be flying next time. Like, in this big behemoth that we've got here. Like, which is not really that big. We've kept it relatively small. It's just really heavy for its size, and the only reason why it is so heavy is because we had to put all of that heavy duty metal on the top there, because lightning sucks. So yeah, we got getting nailed by those storms. That was just not fun at all. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have to overcome that, and yeah, the ultimate answer to that always is really heavy, more thrusters, more better. So, but more thrusters means more batteries, which also that added a bunch of weight. What we might also do is shift the front wheels forward a little bit more, so that way we can add another 2 thrusters between the 2 front wheels, and also that'll lengthen the wheelbase there as well, make it a bit more stable. So that way we don't have to worry about tipping forward so much, because we're nearly, like, our footprint is wider than it is long. That's not ideal for handling and whatnot. But I suppose on the plus side, it means that we're not likely to bottom the middle of the vehicle out. So yeah, I mean, take the good with the bad. But yeah, anyway, until next time, like, yeah, this has been like Postal's guide to how to try and get off Pertram in a very roundabout method, especially today. We still haven't found any ice, but he is hoping in the next one, once we can get up in the air, we might be able to spot something from a decent distance off. So yeah, like, we have made some reasonable progress here. At least we are a lot more mobile than we were before. We did cover quite a distance in this particular episode, so I'm going to take that as a positive. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. If you're watching this later on, then thank you for watching. If you did make it all the way to this point, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope that you got something out of it. Anyway, see you next time.